Claire Danes and Tom Hiddleston in Victorian garb knocking around in the Essex marshes. What's not to like about Apple TV Plus's new series, The Essex Serpent?
A sea creature's been spotted.
Is there something out there?
That's what I'm here to find out. I've done some research.
Into a mythical beast?
Not mythical, real.
The serpent is an invention, a symptom of the times we live in.
So you're against progress? I'd rather believe in a creature people have actually seen than an invisible god. Is that blasphemy?
Hey there, Tim from Screen OD here. I hope you're doing well and having a great day. Thanks so much for tuning into the channel. Hopefully we can make your day even better, especially if you're a fan of drama, because we got a good one for you today. Now, Apple TV Plus, as we've talked about in the past, are having quite the run at the moment with their dramas. If you look up there somewhere, there's 5 great shows that you can watch on Apple TV Plus now. I recommend all of those. And there's even others that have come along since that video was made, like Shining Girls, which I think there's a review of up there, which also I'd recommend. But they've done it again. They've come up with another good one. So if you like the works of Claire Danes and Tom Hiddleston and you like moody dramas, then I think Essex Serpent is something that you're going to enjoy. Before we get started, a quick reminder that if you like TV and movies, why not subscribe to the channel? Right, the Essex Serpent. What's it all about then? The show is an adaptation of a 2016 novel by Sarah Perry. It was a big bestseller and it's only a matter of time before it came to our screens. And it's been adapted for television by a name that TV buffs may recognise, Anna Symon, who was the writer of Deep Water and probably more famously was the person behind Mrs. Wilson, which starred Ruth Wilson, alongside a great cast, including people like Ian Glenn and Fiona Shaw. So this is a show that has real pedigree before we even start. The story is set in late Victorian England and centres around a character called Cora, who is played by Claire Danes. Now, she's been in an abusive marriage for a long time, and finally, at the beginning of the series, her husband dies. She is free from what has been a terrible time, and now her newfound freedom, she is able to explore some of the things that she has wanted to for some time. She has a keen interest in natural history, and reading the newspapers, she hears about something that's going on the Essex marshes that certainly is of interest to her. So she decides to up sticks from her London mansion and head off to Essex, to a small village on the fishing coast called Oldwinter, and that's where we start to see the story unfold. She takes with her son Frankie, who appears to be neurodivergent, and also her maidservant Martha, who has incredibly strong socialist beliefs, which will become important as the story goes on, and of course aren't necessarily ones that are understood by everyone in a very small and rural community of England. Another character who remains connected between Essex and London in her life is Luke Garrett, who is the surgeon of her ex-husband and was there at the very beginning of the series when we see him die. He will be someone who comes in and out of her life and becomes equally important in this story as it develops. When she arrives in Essex, Cora is interested in finding out what is going on with this Essex Serpent. There are rumours, there are legends that go back hundreds of years. There have been sightings. There are always stories about what is going on. Now, in this place, which has a paganistic culture to it in many ways, there are people who believe there is something far more dangerous, far more mystical at work than perhaps Cora does when she looks at it through her natural history lens. But her presence alone, this sophisticated Londoner turning up in this village, which is a place that is very different to where she has come from, is whipping up a fury in Oldwinter, and that is something that isn't necessarily going to please everyone.
It was woman that was tempted by the serpent. It was woman that ate the fruit. Tasted evil.
You let them accuse me. You said nothing.
I'm their pastor.
So you can't be my friend and a man of God.
I can't think clearly when I'm around you.
I won't be blamed for your weakness.
Love is not a weakness.
One person who has a lot of concerns about Cora's impact on the village is the Reverend Will Ransom, who's played by Tom Hiddleston. People talking constantly about things that are going on in the deep depths of the sea, monsters and mystical forces. That's certainly not helpful for keeping his congregation in order. However, when he meets Cora, they begin to develop a friendship, something that will blossom throughout the series. And that's the crux of where this story is really built. It's about different worlds colliding. This is about Cora, who is someone who comes from a sophisticated, cosmopolitan, educated world. She comes from a London in late Victorian times at the heart of the Industrial Revolution, who has seen change and has seen the way that the world is changing. She goes to a place in Aldwinter which has not seen this. This is a place that is still very much in the past. This is a place that people are still very much ingrained in what they have always thought. This is a place where people are suspicious of change and where faith is very much stronger than science. It's a show that has a lot going on and lots of intertwined ideas. It's a show that's designed to make you think very much like the book before it was, and this is something that has love, it has philosophical discussion, and it has it all against a really beautiful backdrop of a production that has a huge amount of effort and energy put into it. At times, you almost feel quite claustrophobic when you're out there on the marshes and the mist is descending around you. It really makes you feel like you are there. You're drawn into the show with the characters because it's so beautifully put together. And we almost forgot to talk about Claire Danes, who is making her first major TV starring role since the end of Homeland with this show, playing Cora at the very centre of things. Now, originally, Keira Knightley was apparently cast in this role, and then because of COVID, everything changed. But Danes is fantastic, and you can't imagine anyone else playing the role now you have seen her on the screen. The way she looks at people, the way she moves, the way she presents herself in very difficult and complex situations, in a very moody drama, she seems like the perfect person to have at the very centre of it, and the whole show revolves around her. If you're looking for a moody drama with beautiful aesthetics that draw you into a world an hour at a time, with great performances from the leading cast members, then you can do a lot worse than get yourself over to Apple TV Plus right now and watch The Essex Serpent.
I need to forget about Essex. I want you to come back.
Sounds like you're in love with her.
Everyone else is.
I scared them.
You didn't start all this.
We can't control our inner thoughts, but they can influence us.
Right, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, why not hit the subscribe button and you'll get the best content from Screen OD direct to your feed. From the latest things to watch on your favourite streaming services and curated collections and lists. It's the place to be if you love TV, movies and entertainment. Of course, if you like this video, it would be great if you could hit that like button so that more people get to see it across the internet. Until next time, go check out the other videos on Screen OD and make your streaming life better. We'll see ya.